Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. Welcome back to Journey to Christmasland with your host, Kira Davis. And I'm here with my lovely, a beautiful co-host and resident Christmasland expert, Amelia Hamilton. Amelia, how are you feeling after March Madness? It was an exhausting month. I mean, all those workouts, all
We
that
worked
training.
hard. We worked hard, but I feel like we left it all on the court, on the floor.
Court.
Um,
Yes.
and I feel good. I'm also super excited to get back to watching a movie. So I
Oh,
feel like we get the best of everything. I had so much fun doing that, but it also it's like a vacation. It feels really good to be home too.
it really, oh, okay. Listen, girl, I watched our movie last night, and this is exactly what I said to my husband when we were watching the movie. I was like, it feels like a relief. It feels good to be
Yeah.
home, sitting down, watching this movie, analyzing it, So,
Yep.
and I want to say from the start, I loved this movie we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I really think it was like the perfect movie for us to come back in on. But let's just focus on March Madness for just a moment. What have you been hearing since we did our results show last week? Have you been getting any responses on the socials? Amelia does our socials. Have we been getting
Yeah.
some responses on socials?
Yeah. So it's been really fun. We got a comment from Christopher Palaha, who won male actor, and he says, "I'd
Congratulations.
like to thank my wife, my agent and manager, and the good Lord above. I love making these movies, and I hope to keep doing it for you all. Thank you." And then we also got a comment from Lacey Chabert, who was our lead actress, saying, "This is so kind. Thank you. So blessed to make these movies for y'all." Um, I think we had another one from Jen Lilly as well, saying being kind and gracious and wonderful. I have to go find it. But yeah, it's been so fun to get everybody involved and excited. And, this was so much fun to try to test out to see what, oh yeah, Jen Lilly said just a bunch of she tagged Christopher Palaha with a bunch of hearts and sweet at Real Lacey. Love you both. Was delighted to be in the mix. Heart eye emoji.
Love
So
it.
yeah, and we've gotten tons of comments from our listeners saying that they want this movie. They think it would be so much fun. I mean, we all do. Um, with ideas of how it would work. Um, we've been hearing because obviously we heard it was a road trip movie. Somebody was talking about they're going to stop at a bed and breakfast. There's only one bed, so obviously Christopher Palaha is going to be on the couch. Like, there's going to be no question at all that he's like in a separate, like in the living room on the couch.
One exception
Yeah.
we made for that was in Grand Ole Opry, where they were pretending they were a married couple.
Yeah, so they had to be in
Which
the same room.
he slept on the floor,
And they
though.
made it extremely clear over and over that this man was on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did some really funny physical comedy around it where he would like, "Ooh," off the side of the bed, like bedtime. you
It
know?
was cute. It was cute. So we have some exceptions in
Yeah.
Christmas Land for that kind of stuff. I think we did one movie where the two leads shared a couch, but it was like a huge, like room size couch.
Yeah.
One was on the other side. So yeah, we do make some exceptions, but
Mhm.
I think the movie that the fans ultimately pick is going to be good. And I am going to think about a way that we create this. I know we can't shoot a movie yet. Journey to Christmas Land hasn't moved into production yet. But there might be some fun way. So we'll just
Yeah.
keep our thinking caps on because this was just too much fun. And I want to thank you, Amelia, for coming up with this idea and for pushing it forward. A great time, and we
So
got great
fun.
responses. And I literally cannot wait for next year. I'm
I
like,
know. It's
for
gonna
the first
be
time in my
yeah.
life, I'm gonna have something to do during March Madness.
March Madness.
I
Yeah,
know.
I think that now that we kinda know what we're doing a little bit more, it'll be
Yeah.
fun. But we had fun
Yeah.
this year, so
We had lots of fun. Well, before we get into our movie, just let me encourage everybody really quickly. Hit that like button, hit that share button. We are a Substack show mainly, but if you see us on YouTube or you see any of our clips out there in the real world of social media, please share, click. That's how you can help our podcast. We're not, asking you to send us all your savings. If you want to,
Mhm.
we will not say no, and we'll use it responsibly.
Mhm.
We'll use it
Yeah.
responsibly. Yeah. We won't spend it all in the bar car on our way to Christmas Land. And we definitely won't spend it at the strip club and Holiday.
No, we're not gonna spend it on The Merry Gentleman.
No, but please do share, like, tell people about this and leave us a review. If you're listening to the audio, especially, and you're on Spotify or iTunes, hit that 5-star button, leave us a little review. We really appreciate that. All right, Amelia.
Okay.
Well, it was coming home in many
In
ways
many ways.
to this movie. So set us up. What did we watch
Well,
this
we were
week?
coming home to Christmasland. We were on Great American Family, whose motto is "Welcome Home," and we were coming home to the Prince in Paradise universe, um, with their sequel. And just like the first one, this movie also has multiple names. It is called A Christmas Castle Proposal, A Royal in Paradise 2, A Prince in Paradise 2, A Royal Proposal, A Royal in Paradise, like I, two, two, but with Roman numerals. So I don't know. I'm calling it a Christmas Castle proposal.
That's what I called it too. That's how it was listed on the app that I watched it
Yeah.
on. So I guess for purposes of this podcast, it's a Christmas
The
Castle
Christmas Castle
proposal.
proposal.
Technically, a Royal in Paradise Part 2.
Yes. And we loved A Royal in Paradise.
We loved it.
Genuinely funny. And
Yes.
so was this one.
Yes.
We sometimes the trilogies can get hard because we like, at least I like, the falling in love part. And then usually the second one is either the engagement or the wedding, and then the third one is either the wedding or a baby. So, and it's not like the conflict isn't falling in love. So I was like, I don't know, let's see what happens. But I liked it. So the description is, despite busy schedules causing distance, Olivia and Prince Alexander travel to Torovia for Christmas with his family. Clashing cultures between their families lead to various mishaps. So,
Torovia is definitely a real place. That
yep.
is the name of one of our episodes from last year. I'll
Mhm.
post that. But yeah, we did this on our old podcast. But yeah, one of our things that we love, and perhaps this is something we can add to March Madness next time, is a country name
Oh, yeah.
bracket. Because we
Yeah.
love the names of the vaguely Eastern European
Yeah.
nations that these people are from.
That's true. That's true. All right. So we get right into it. So she is a romance author. And in the first one, she has writer's block and ends up writing a book, which is called A Prince in Paradise, which is basically her story of meeting Prince Alexander on
Can
vacation.
I just stop you here and say that I watched this with my husband and he did not see the first one and it was highly annoying. It kept asking me for all the context and I was trying to fill in all the backstories. And finally I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I just want to watch the movie. Go back and listen to our
Right.
podcast.
I was going to say, doesn't even listen to the podcast.
I know.
Come on, Mark.
It's so annoying.
It's also me, especially with like spy kind of movies or movies where people are lying to each other. I'm always like, what's he doing? Why? And people are like, and I'm enjoying the movie the whole time. I just don't really know what's going on.
That's so funny.
Um Anyway, so we start with Olivia, who is now having to write her follow-up to the huge blockbuster, A Prince in Paradise.
Blockbuster.
And we see that she's at the spot where the prince is proposing to the heroine of the book, and that's as far as she is. He proposes, and then we don't know what happens next. And she gets a call from her BFF, who is it Katie? I thought
Katie Miller. Her name is Katie Miller, which for those of you who are watching years into the future, why that name is significant. Katie Miller is Stephen Miller's wife, and Stephen Miller is the chief of staff in the second Trump administration. And Katie Miller has a podcast for some reason. I see her everywhere. But I was like, Katie Miller. What?
wow,
Katie
that was
Miller.
that was some inside baseball.
Yeah, there you go. You learn a lot here, but it wasn't the same Katie Miller though. This was
I
a
hope
more
not,
fun. Yeah,
because she
no.
is on her honeymoon with Winston.
Also, that Katie Miller is Jewish, so I don't think she would be in the Christmasland movie.
Well, they do have some Jewish movies, some like
They
Hanukkah movies.
do, but this was very Christmassy,
Yeah, this
so
was very
not
Christmassy.
the same Katie Miller, but
Um,
but a very beautiful Katie Miller.
yeah. So Katie, who for some reason I keep calling Ashley. I don't know why I thought her name was Ashley, but I
Because
did.
she looks like the BFF in As Good as It Gets, whose name was Ashley.
Could be. I think you're right.
Mhm.
So she married Winston, who was the like the butler kind of guy to Prince Alexander in the first one, and they had a little vibe going. So I'm not surprised to hear it.
Yeah, he was his executive assistant, I
Oh,
think. Like that.
he was his butler, whatever.
I don't
And so
know.
they're talking about their relationship. She's like, Prince Alexander's so busy. I don't see him all that much because, like, between all he's got all of his prince work, but he started a foundation. We know he cares deeply about like marine science. He's got this turtle reserve going on. He's just busy, and they just don't see each other very much.
Right. That's how they met in the first movie. He was there with Winston, his butler, and they were setting up the foundation.
Right.
listen, the foundation in this movie is a real problem for this
Right.
couple. Yeah, it's a
Right.
real problem.
Okay, so then Olivia's like, "Listen, I have to go. I have a meeting with my" I think it was her agent? They never really made it clear, agent, manager, something. I think agent.
Publisher, I think,
Publisher?
publisher.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
which
she
still
is
was weird.
she is now officially a bestseller, and the publisher's like, "So, how's the ending going?" She's like, "Well, I'm having some trouble with it, to be honest with you." Publisher was like, "The ending's really easy. The prince proposes, the girl says yes, and they live happily ever after." In fact, the publisher has already named the book and created the cover art, naming it A Royal Proposal, which is not the name of the movie,
I know, I was like, "Oh, they got the name wrong."
except it's in one of the names of the movie, I think.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
For the
So
Canadians, I guess the Canadians got the right one.
and she also lets her know that they're going all out for this book. And part of that is having an online event next week to officially announce the title and have a Q&A with Olivia. And Olivia's like not wanting to do this at all because she again has writer's block. She doesn't know how the book is going to end. She's not sure about this title, let alone wanting to announce it to everybody. And if they do a Q&A, she knows it's going to be all about Prince Alexander. She doesn't really want to talk about it. It's a whole thing, but she is just getting steamrolled.
Yeah, she's very reticent because she's not sure how her story is gonna end, but what I will say is the publisher lady cracked me up in this scene. I
Mhm.
thought she was so funny. She only had, like, a few lines, but she really dug into that, like, New York, Manhattan, upper crust, like,
Yeah,
just gritty publisher. I don't care, we're gonna go make some money on this girl."
right. She's like, "This is what the title is. This is how you're gonna end it." Part of me is like, "Olivia, it is fiction. It doesn't have this is not autobiographical, even though
Mhm.
your first one was.
Yeah.
Just give everybody the ending they want. They get married and live happily ever after."
Yeah. Yep,
Your
I
publisher's
agree,
actually
but
right.
yeah, it is, but I guess she couldn't give the people the ending they wanted if she couldn't see it for herself
Okay,
as
well,
well,
maybe writing fiction is not for you, Olivia.
maybe. Well, she's a New York Times bestseller,
She
Amelia.
is. Right, with a book about herself. So, now we cut to what Alexander is up to over in Torovia.
Yes.
And he is in the backseat of his town car, and there are just papers everywhere, and he's got, like, 3 ringing phones. Assuming he's not a drug dealer, we know that he's super busy. I'm assuming he's got, like, a Prince phone and a foundation phone and maybe a personal phone, I don't know. So, he's like it's like, "Bob, donor," on the phone. So,
He has
he
a lot of donors. Allison, donor.
Mhm.
Izzy, donor.
And it's all about this new turtle sanctuary, and he is just really struggling doing his print stuff, running the nonprofit, and now his mom is calling, and she is giving him major pressure like, "Are you even ready for the trade talks tomorrow?" And he's like, "Ugh, Mom." Well, again, maybe you should be. Like, that's your job.
Yeah, that's literally your job as prince, right? I mean, that's the government of Torovia is the royal family, and trade talks seem very important. I
Right.
don't how do you get your shipments of, whatever the industry is in
Well,
Torovia? I'm not
turtles.
sure. Turtles in the snow-covered.
Movie turtle trade.
Yeah, yeah, but he had a lot going on, and he wasn't ready for the trade talks,
No.
and, this made me question, if he was ready for the throne.
Yeah. Um He actually is having dinner with Olivia tonight. They're finally getting some time together. So I guess when I said he was in Torovia, I think he was actually in New York, heading to the restaurant.
No, I think you're right. He was, like, on
Yeah.
his way back from tourism.
So it turns out that Olivia and her parents are all going to Torovia for Christmas. And he is ready to make it extra special. He takes out a ring. He's got it in his hand, but she hasn't seen it yet. He starts to kind of propose, like, we've been together a year. It's been beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But then somebody at the next table proposes.
Listen, Amelia, when he pulled out that ri okay, let's just stop and talk about this timeline for a minute, by the
Yeah.
way. Thank you, Great American, for a decent
Uh-huh.
timeline. This is 1 year
Yeah.
from meeting till now, and she said, "We really haven't seen each other in 3 or 4 months," and I think actually this is sort of maybe the thing that made it easier to watch, Amelia, when you said, like, "Oh, it's harder for the sequels because
Yeah.
the falling in love part that's action oriented, that's the more interesting
Mhm.
storyline, and so how do you keep that up?" And in a way, it kind of helped with that, right? It did give it more of a sense of urgency. They've been together a short time and they haven't even seen each other in a few months. So there was
Yeah.
still that kind of like awkward traditional, I don't know how else to what else to call it, like a traditional distance of a traditional courting couple. They
Mhm.
they don't know each other totally intimately, but they
Yeah.
definitely love each other, and, we don't have to sit there and wonder why they have all this intimacy and they haven't discussed marriage at all yet.
Yeah. Exactly. And then they're in Torovia, next scene. And they get to the castle, which
Wait a minute, I'm sorry, can I interrupt?
yeah,
I
yeah,
I did wanna ask you about this because Mark had a question about the o other proposal,
yeah.
that interrupted his proposal, and he said, "Why can't he couldn't he just wait till dessert and then he could propose too?" What do you think?
No,
Yeah, I
no.
didn't think so. I said, "No,
The other guy used up the proposal energy in the room.
then it would just feel kinda fake after that, like you're
I
just
know,
trying to
then it
get a
would
free
feel like, "Oh,
dessert."
that's a good idea."
Yeah. You're just trying to get the
Also
free chocolate cake.
also, you'd be, like, stepping on their proposal. Like, it would be rude to the other people too.
Right, it's like proposing at your friend's wedding or
Right.
something,
Don't do
right.
that. Let them
Yeah, no,
have
I
their
guess
proposal.
yeah. Alright, we agree.
We agree. Okay, so they get to Torovia, they pull up to the castle, which is, like, not the best exterior well, the exterior was fine, the interior I had some questions about, and Alexander tells Olivia, "Be yourself," and at this point, I texted Kira, and I was like, "Oh, no."
We know how Amelia feels about American, potential princesses going into vague Eastern European
Yeah,
kingdoms and being
and they act like
themselves.
they've never been outside the walls of their own home
They've
before. They act
never
like
seen
they act like cute
silverware.
animals that have been let out into the wild. She
Yeah.
acted a little weird, but not completely weird. She said the word "wow" a lot,
Yeah.
um, but she didn't act completely insane, so I respected that about her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then I was noticing that they were playing as background music because again, we're on Great American here, actual Christmas songs, and I was loving it, and at this point, Great American cut to commercial. While we're filming this, it is Lent. Um And then they put a Bible verse up on the scene about Lent, and I was like, "Welcome home, Great American."
Welcome home. That's
We've
what
got
I said.
actual Christmas songs, now we have a Bible verse reminding us of what is actually going on in the world, what's important going on in the world. It is Lent. This episode will come out on Good Friday, and I was so grateful.
I
So I
was
kinda
too,
took a moment
Amelia.
for that.
Yeah, and I did turn to my husband and I said, "This is beautiful.
Yeah,
I love this.
yeah, because I
This
love
is how it should be."
yeah, I love the Christmas verses that they do at Christmas.
Yes.
And I hadn't realized that they did, like, Lenten verses, Easter verses too, so I
No, thank
really
you,
liked
Great
it.
American. We
Yeah.
loved it. We as fans of this genre of movie, that added just a little
Mhm.
extra because again, Jesus is the reason for the season all
Yeah.
year round, and Jesus is even the reason for love and romance and all
Mhm.
that. So we loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I noted it too.
Alright, so back in the house, and it's a beautiful house, but it's not super castle-y, and I feel like an Eastern European castle is gonna be even older, and this felt just kinda like a really pretty Victorian house or something. It was very strange to me, but okay. Um, he Alexander shows Olivia to her room, and he's like, "I'm just down the hall." She asks where, he says 12 doors away. So again, appreciate that. He is 12 doors away, you guys. There is
They're
nothing
all
going on.
sneaking into each other's rooms, and I have to say, like, even in the beginning when she was, like, doing the exposition with her friend,
Mhm,
not Ashley,
mhm. Katie.
she I was like I know I was on Great American, so I knew I wasn't gonna get a big surprise, but I was kinda holding my breath to be like, is she gonna say, like, "Oh, I'll see him when I get home," or "I'll
Mhm.
see him tonight," you
No.
know what I mean? I was worried about what that relationship was gonna look like and also how long. So when she said, like, "We haven't seen each other in 3 or 4 months," I just appreciated the
Yeah,
distance that the script gave them
yeah.
all the way around.
Alright. So, he goes to show her the library because obviously as a writer, she loves books, and she geeks out of the library. He's got her books in a special little
That
section,
was so
all
cute.
that. He takes the ring out again, starts to propose,
Oh,
and
no.
this time he gets further along, so she's like, "Oh, he's proposing." And then Winston comes in, and Winston is the Queen Patricia. I have a question about her name being Patricia, by the way. But Queen Patty, Queen Patricia's, um, he was her butler, assistant, whatever in the first movie. But they had a little something something going, like a little energy going. And Olivia told the queen, if you love him, you know, there's no reason you can't be together, whatever the thing was. So in this movie, they're together.
Yes, but he's still working for
But he's
her.
still, yeah, but I couldn't even tell at the beginning. I was like, is he still the butler? Are
It
they
was
together? Yeah,
It
it was
was
a
a
little
little
weird.
vague. I'm glad they didn't spend a lot of time on
Yeah.
it or, they just sorta let you go. But again, when he was in the library and he pulled out that ring, I turned to my husband, I said, "Oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't get interrupted." I really hope, like, and he was taking so long. And
But
of
I knew he
course,
was
like,
going to.
the proposal was like, I just Olivia, will
He was, like, waiting for the actor to show up and
you?"
knock. He's like, he missed his cue.
It's like,
We don't have time to
"Mark, I
shoot it
sure hope
again.
this doesn't get interrupted," and then next thing you know, of course, it was interrupted.
Yeah. So Winston says the queen wants to see Olivia, and Alexander's like, "Okay, cool, let's go see my mom." And Winston's like, "No, alone." So, okay. First of all, Alexander needs to man up and be like, "No."
"No, no, no, you got to, because mama there is that moment where you've gotta let mama inspect
Yeah, but I
the."
felt like this was an extremely like, that can happen naturally, like, when they are just alone, not like mom summons you.
No, actually, I'll tell you what, I was summoned by Mark's mother.
Okay, well,
I
I
got
feel like there
and a
could be
lot of women get summoned. Mhm.
that I find that really weird. I think there are plenty of natural moments where the people are just alone together, and then the mom can be like, "Listen." And that's
No,
fair.
I guarantee I won't do this for the guy, but for if my son brings home
Well, no, it's
a
Mark's job for
decent
the guy.
woman, pray to you, God, please, a decent woman, yeah, I absolutely will pull her for some individual girl time, yep. We're parting ways on this, everybody, big
Okay.
controversy on Journey to Christmasland. You tell us in the comments, though, who's right here? Do you think that, me and, like, Queen Patty were right to have our tete-a-tete to pull the daughter-in-law or potential daughter-in-law and aside, or do you agree with Amelia that's rude and crazy, and you could do that in a more organic way? Drop it in the comments.
Mhm.
Alright, go ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
The queen wants to talk to Olivia to explain her role at the banquet that's coming up and her responsibilities and things. Again, I love, Great American just has a lower budget than Hallmark or Netflix. They're not having a ball. They're having a banquet.
Thank you. I loved that, Amelia. We're on the same page. I'm so glad because I noticed that too. I said, "Okay, this is a family banquet, and they're not gonna try to overreach and then
Mhm.
have to figure out how do I fill this space with
Right.
extras we don't have." And, yeah, I thought that was great. And by the way, since we're talking about this movie was very well shot. This was a great,
Mhm.
had a great look. I thought, the sets were a bit condensed and okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. It's probably hard to find castles, but, I really did think like the cinematography was fantastic. I thought the wardrobe was great. I thought the editing was really good. This movie had a really great professional look. I gotta say, Great American upped their game with this one.
Yeah. All right, now I need a moment.
Uh-oh. Where are we?
Olivia's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Perkins, are here, and they are everything I was afraid of when Olivia came in. They are insane, and they are not going to hide it. They are weird Americans. And listen, Kira and I are huge American patriots.
Yeah, yeah, we love
Um,
it here.
so that's not like, ew, they're Americans. But
Right.
again, they act like zoo animals who have never been anywhere before. The Perkins family. They walk in, there's like, "Oh, I like it, the castle." I don't even know what they're doing. It was
No, that is what they
she
were.
she hands the queen a gift, and she's like, "It's an eggnog pine cone scented candle." What?
I
That sounds
I
awful.
I was distracted by their very flat American accents. Oh, and this is what like Europeans. I think this movie was shot in Queensland, so probably like New Zealand, Australia accents they probably had. But
I'm looking up the
and
actors.
and by the way, no shade to the actors, great job. I'm not great at accents, but you do know that foreign actors, you can
Yeah,
tell right away the giveaway
trying
is
to be
right up here. It's all
American.
up here at the dome and everything gets really flat. We're
Yeah,
Americans and golly gee whiz, we're just so nice
yeah.
and innocent and yeah, but mom brought not only did mom bring the eggnog candle, which I hope was soy wax, honey,
Oh,
because
yeah.
you don't want to be burning all those chemicals into the castle, but also she apparently packed their entire Christmas um
Oh, don't
ornament.
we're gonna talk about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is Australian. Oh, no, wait, originally from England, now lives in Australia. She's also in a movie called where did it go? The Stripper Trade-Off, so we're not gonna find that on Great American.
Well, maybe that's a bonus episode.
So the parents are meeting Alexander and his parents. Okay, first of all, and this is also the point that I realized, this is the first time Olivia is meeting the parents. Who does meet the parents and meet, like, I want you to meet my girlfriend and her parents at the same time?
Yes.
Weird.
Well, also what was weird is that that was their first time meeting Alexander, and
Right,
she didn't introduce him till 3rd. I assumed
right.
until the
But they
end of
already
that
knew each other.
yeah, until the end of that exchange, I was like, "Okay,
Well,
they're not greeting
I
each other
mean,
because"
etiquette-wise, you do have to do the queen first,
that's
but
what
then
Mark
it's
said.
Alexander, but she went for Winston second, and then was like, "Oh, and this is Alexander."
Right, he was the after.
Why? These people haven't met each other's parents before, and they're flying to Torovia to all meet like, this is a recipe for disaster.
It sort
Why?
of reminds me of, Three Wisest Men and a Boy, where they brought in homegirl's dad came with the parrot. He had
Mhm.
never 5 years she'd been
Yeah,
living together. He had
right.
never met him, and then they bring, like, this whole family comes together and nobody knows each other, and yeah, I thought so too, although, I thought it was very gracious of the queen to invite them for Christmas,
Sure.
and that's nice, but yeah, it was like, "Oh, everybody's just oh, okay,
Right.
we're all just meeting." I guess the flip side is that they have a very condensed timeline here, and they've only been, seeing each other for less than a year.
Yeah,
So maybe and we know Alexander's very serious
we
about
do.
this, and so he has
We
his
do.
motivations, but yeah, I was like, "Wait, we're all meeting for the first time?"
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was taken aback.
And then we also find out that the dad, who is Henry, his name's Henry, Alexander has called him to ask permission to marry Olivia. And he has said, yes, of course. But he's like, listen, you need to actually do it. You need to propose because I can't keep this from my wife
I
forever.
that made me
You
laugh.
need to, like, I don't understand why you haven't done it yet. It's been, a month or whatever. He's like, stop. I don't know what you're doing. And now that we're all in the same house, he's like, I cannot keep this a secret anymore.
That made me laugh, and I know that Mark is like that too. Do not tell Mark. If you're trying to keep a surprise or
Yeah.
from me or a secret, do not tell him. He is terrible. I mean, he can do it for a little bit, but if you no, don't tell Mark. He is the same way. He cannot lie. He cannot hide. He's terrible at it.
They're at the big family dinner that night, and Henry, the dad, so I'm just gonna call him Olivia's dad,
Mhm.
is talking about how he grew a business and now he's in his now he's retired and, whatever. And then he's like, how does retirement work in the monarchy? And in real life, we all know how retirement works in the monarchy. You don't, you're dead.
Mhm.
But in Christmasland, that's frequently not the case. And the same is
No.
in Torovia. So the queen explains that both parties just agree it's time. And the monarch abdicates and the heir ascends the throne.
And
So
nobody is ever
nobody's dying.
arrested on suspicion of connections with Jeffrey Epstein or
Right.
anything else.
Right.
None of that. Yeah.
No.
It's a very peaceful transfer of power that is
Right.
mutually agreed upon every time.
Yeah. So here's the first time of 6,000 that the mom really rubbed me the wrong way. At this dinner, she says that everybody better be ready for a packed Christmas schedule because she has brought everything for all of their, home, all the Christmas stuff that they do at home. She brought the star, like the big, huge tree topper star. She brought all this arts and crafts stuff. And she's like, when is the best time to decorate the tree? Okay, first of all, we've already seen at this point a decorated tree. But just keep that in your mind for now. Listen, I am obsessed with Christmas. And I can see saying to your daughter or Alexander, like, hey, there are a couple traditions that our family has. Would it be okay if, like, we decorated the tree together? Or can we do this? How about this? But to show up and be like, Hope everybody's ready for my schedule, felt extremely entitled and weird to me.
Again,
For
that
people you've
is
never met.
right, and again, that goes back to your pet peeve of, like, dumb Americans in
Right.
royalty land and who have no etiquette at all, and by the way, the queen was very gracious, I
She
thought.
was.
Agreed. This woman came in and was like, okay, dumb Americans or naive Americans, I suppose we'll put it that
Yeah.
way. Fair
Probably more
enough,
fair,
I
yeah.
got it, but this woman came in loaded for bear. She packed up all of her Christmas stuff, and she wasn't just talking about, "Hey, let's decorate the tree," like you said, Amelia. She was
Right.
like, "Okay, we've gotta do the house
Yeah.
gingerbread houses and
Like, I
cookies,"
got
and
your whole schedule right. Well, what if they have traditions too?
I mean, they are royalty,
Right.
right?
And
This is
even
their
even if
job.
it was just the tree, like, did you mention anything to them ahead of time that you expected to decorate the tree together? Because their whole house is a Christmas explosion already. So, what's going
Right,
on?
you're staying in someone else's home. This is what blew
Right.
my mind. You're staying I would never come over with all my stuff, Amelia, to your house and be like, "Here
Right.
are all the things I brought for you to do. And if you
Right.
don't accommodate this for me, I'm gonna feel sad."
Right. Also, you and I have been friends for more than a decade. And if you wanted to say to me, like, I'm like, we're spending Christmas together, and if you were like, I would love it if we decorated the tree together, I'd be like, great, I will hold that up. I mean, assuming you're not showing up on like the morning of the 25th, whatever.
Right.
But okay, cool. You let me know ahead of time that there was
Right.
something you wanted to do. We've been friends for a really long time, but the first time she's meeting them, no, there appears to have been no warning at all. And she's got their entire schedule planned for them.
It blew my
No.
mind. Yeah, I agree. That was very poor etiquette, and I
Yeah.
was like, "No,
And
no."
the queen just says, well, we don't really have time for any, she calls it casual recreation because they've got this banquet coming up and that's all they can think about. So, of
Mhm.
course, Alexander is a people pleaser and says that they're just going to do both. They're going to do all of it. And
Yeah,
the queen and Olivia are both like, they both give him this, are you kidding me look.
right. That's a lot. Again, sure, it's a lot, I
Yeah.
guess. Feels like there could be compromises made there. Perhaps we don't do gingerbread and decorating random trees, but
Right.
Alexander thinks they could do it all. And you know what? Of course he does, because he's been doing it all this whole movie. All by himself.
Exactly.
Yep.
So then later that night, the parents are all hanging out, and the dad asks the queen if she wants to have some cocoa by the fire. Again, this isn't your house. What's
Yep.
happening?
I guess it's that I did a Canadian write this script? I don't know. Like, is this like how other people see Americans? I I don't know. They really did make themselves at home though.
No,
That
well,
was
this
for sure.
okay, so one of the writers is Australian, and the other writer is also Australian. He has interacted with us on X. He's really nice, Adrian
Oh,
Poe.
okay. Well,
Um,
maybe then that's like a
yeah,
little bit of a cultural sort. I don't even want to say disconnect, because surely they've been here, but maybe just
yeah,
stereotype,
yeah.
a cultural
Pretty
stereotype.
stereotyping. It could even just be that they were trying to create some tension, you know?
Yeah, mission accomplished. These people
Yeah,
came
because
in and
I
just
was tense.
yeah. I was like, I don't like this.
I
And
was
it's a
so
week before
uncomfortable.
Christmas, right? It's a week before, it's like a month before Christmas. It's a
Right.
week before Christmas.
So, um, the okay, so the parents go back to their room. The mom is like, "Henry, do you think that Alexander is gonna propose? Because it seems like he's got something on his mind." And dad does not break, so I was proud of him.
I was proud of him. I really thought he was gonna break. I thought
Yeah.
she was gonna catch him.
Meanwhile, Alex and Olivia meet up in the kitchen, to hang out,
Oh,
and
oh, wait, I'm sorry. Also, I must make comment on matching jammies. Adorable.
oh, matching jammies. And, um, he starts to, like he's talking to her and, like, they're having a nice conversation, but I did not know 100% that he was trying to propose until later when he's like, "And I tried to propose to her last night." I didn't realize that this was another failed proposal at the
Oh,
time.
you didn't see it? I did, but
Well,
I think
I couldn't tell for sure, or if he was just being like, "I'm glad we're together for Christmas," if he was just being nice. I couldn't tell.
oh, no, I knew it was another, because I said to Mark, "Oh, no, he's gonna propose. I sure hope he doesn't get interrupted."
Yeah.
And he did. I can't
So
believe how many times his proposal has been interrupted in this movie, Amelia. It's just shocking.
and then as he walks her back to her room, which is 12 doors away from his, um, just in the shot where he's saying goodnight to her, I just wanna say that there were no fewer than 4 fully decorated trees. I
Mark
counted.
said, "There's Christmas everywhere." I'm like, "Yes, we're home."
I know exactly. Well, I'm not complaining. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that the mom is like, I need to decorate a tree. And I'm like, woman, you
I know there's
cannot, I mean, there is nowhere where you can look where there's not a decorated tree in your eye line in this whole castle. So I
or
don't
like
know
or
why you
Mark
think
said, well,
that the
one of the
tree is
things
not
Mark said is like have the staff undecorate one tree
I
and just let the
know,
lady decorate the tree.
right. But it was like, I don't know why you think the tree hasn't been decorated. First of all, is there the tree? I was thinking there wasn't. And then there are decorated trees everywhere. So I don't know, even if there
Did
is
you maybe
the tree, you know.
did you maybe miss the scene where she walked in and said, "Well, there's one tree that's not decorated," right when
Oh,
they walked in right at the
no, I
beginning?
didn't
Okay, maybe
actually.
you
I didn't
blinked. I
notice
mean, it
that.
was
Okay.
super fast.
Because I
Yeah.
was like, what is she talking about? There are decorated trees everywhere. Why does she not think? Okay. So
No,
that
there
answers.
was one tree, but your instincts are
Yes.
still right. But that there she and
There
it
was
was
one
like
tree.
a flash. You could have looked
Okay.
away at your phone or something and
I
missed
was
it.
probably writing down how crazy
Yeah,
this was.
you probably were taking a note. Yeah.
So Olivia is talking to Katie again, and Alexander's talking to Winston. So like they're each talking to their besties. Besties are married to each other.
It was cute.
While they wander the castle. And again, I've never seen so many decorated trees in my whole life. Alex is telling Winston that he's proposing, and Ridley overhears. And Ridley again is maybe I haven't introduced Ridley, but he's like the
The queen's boyfriend.
yes, sorry, yes, I have
Queen
introduced him.
Patty's boyfriend.
Queen Pat.
Queen Patty's boy toy slash butler.
So Olivia is in like princess school and or banquet school anyway. She's trying to learn who everybody is, who everybody's dating, who everybody's going to be seated with, all this stuff. And then okay, this part I will say I was surprised that they got away with this on Great American. CCB did not know about this shot. They were measuring her for her dress. Did you notice this?
I don't know.
And they put the tape measure around her waist and they showed the measurement. I was like,
Yes. Oh,
"What?
yes.
What? What?"
Hollered. Do you know that I hollered out loud? First of all, waist is freaking tiny. He had his
I know, it was like
fingers.
9 or something.
Even Mark, who never, he's a guy, he doesn't notice that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, was like, whoa, her waist is really small. But I was like, when they were pulling the measuring tape, Amelia, my mind was going, there's no way they're going to show us
No,
that
they're
number.
obviously gonna
They're
cut
not,
away from it.
no, they're going to cut away from it.
They
And they didn't,
showed the measurement.
they showed it.
I was like, "What in the Tyra Banks did I just watch?" And, like,
We don't do this.
has been open about, like, body image stuff, whatever.
Listen, there's probably maybe some men who are watching this and don't understand. Like, again, my husband was just like, oh, she has a tiny waist.
Exactly, but even him saying that
Right. You don't, and not in Christmasland. We do not talk measurements. We don't show
no,
measurements.
you
We
do
don't
not know that
talk
someone has
body
a
type.
tiny waist.
No,
There's no
you
such
don't.
thing as a size.
We know that she's cute and tiny from what we see, but you do not show those measurements. Also, it's just like what happens is that ends up in the cast chat, right? The cast members start chatting. The next time you go to hire an actress, she's going to remember that moment where she saw,
Yeah,
the
and,
number
like,
20.
they did do it, like, over her shirt, and, like, I don't know how tight they pulled it, so I feel like they gave her some, privacy there a little bit, but not enough,
Yeah.
and, like, I
Thought it was I was shocked. I was shocked by that too. I was like, they're not going to show the
no,
number.
no,
You wouldn't do that.
they're gonna show the seamstress putting the tape measure around her, but they're not gonna actually show the measurement. That would be an insane thing to do, and then they
I
did it.
wonder, Amelia, was there maybe someone from the movie will chime in. Was there a conversation on set about that, or even in the editing bay about that? Was there somebody who was like, "Oh my," the way I could picture it happening is they're like, "Oh my gosh, the actress Olivia, whatever her real name is, she's so beautiful. Look at your I can picture the wardrobe. Look at your tiny waist, girl. We have
Yeah,
to show this off." Like maybe someone just snuck it in there.
maybe.
It just didn't feel right. And
No.
I know, and like women being on camera, it's really tough. And yes, she was slim and beautiful, but that doesn't mean that she is not looking at that,
Yeah,
having all
right.
kinds of neurotic thoughts in her
Of
head.
course. And
Yeah.
then like, and every other woman on set who had to see it, and then every young girl who's watching it too,
Yeah.
who doesn't have the hindsight that we do to be like, "Eh."
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the end all be all of the movie Great American, but we did
Yeah,
note. We
but
did note it.
you really let one slide there, es and
Yeah.
I was especially surprised just because I know Candace Cameron Bure has a lot of, like, body positive kind of, I
Yeah,
mean,
she's
not like in an unhealthy
no, she's very
way.
concerned about that, and she talks about that a
Yeah,
lot,
because just
encourages.
something she went through as
Yep.
a child actor.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah,
So
well,
I
yeah,
was just like, I was stunned,
I did the same thing.
stunned. Okay.
You can tell how stunned we are because we spent more time talking about this than
We spent more
any
time on
other.
this than, like, the engagements combined or the proposals. Okay, so they're trying to squeeze in all the family stuff with the banquet stuff, um, but Alexander is either getting pulled away on the phone or he's pulling Olivia away because they need to do banquet stuff, and the parents are just really sad. And again, I feel like everybody needed to manage expectations here. Olivia, well, although Alexander never told Olivia that she had any responsibilities at the banquet, but I don't know. The
Well,
expectations
no.
for everybody are just weird.
Right, okay, your daughter's an author, so she's a busy woman, she's a successful author.
Mhm.
She's visiting her boyfriend in a royal kingdom in another country. I think I would just go as a guest and just be happy to be included in anything, and anything
Yeah.
that my daughter had to go do to be with her boyfriend 'cause she loves him, I'd be like, "Okay," and I get my I have a look,
Mhm.
I have young adult children, they start to move on with their lives, and mom and dad aren't the most important people in the world. There is, there is that sense of loss that you have, but as a parent, it's your responsibility to understand, like, just the way you were happy to be with each other when you were falling in
Yeah.
love, you need to make space for your kids to do that. I agree with you. I just felt like the parents wanted way too much from this experience.
Yeah. Right. I don't know why they expected that, but anyway.
Yeah.
Um, so she's running from here to there, trying to do his family stuff, her family stuff, whatever. And that means that she forgot her book event. And the publisher calls, is like, we're live. Everybody's in like the little Zoom waiting room. It's not Zoom in Christmasland, but Scoop Chatter waiting room. So of course she runs off to do that. Good thing is she hangs around in full hair and makeup wardrobe. So she's ready to go.
Thankfully, she's gorgeous at all
Right.
times. This is a
So
a very stunning actress, by the way. She's beautiful.
yeah, she is beautiful. So she gets on the, thing, on the call, and, oh, well, first, she's trying to explain to everybody that she has to go because she has something of her own actually to do. And so his family is like, "Hey, but we've got banquet prep. Do you know this person's name? Do you know who they're going with?" And her parents are going, "We haven't done a Christmas puzzle. We haven't played this. We haven't done that." And you can just see the tension building. And in any other movie, the character would scream or go, "Shut up," or like, and she goes,
Noted. Noted. In Great American, we don't get too aggressive. We don't get too
no,
aggressive.
she straight up, "Shh."
I noted that as well. I was like, "Good old Great American,
That
they
was
don't
her
let anybody get
huge,
too mad."
like, she hit her breaking point and shushed them.
And that's practically that's practically vulgarity
Oh, yeah.
in
Everyone was, like, shaken up.
shocked to the
They were
core,
shaken up.
yeah, I
They were
noticed that. I expected to hear her go, "Quiet!" And she
Yeah,
just was like,
yeah. And they were all like, "Whoa."
"Whoa, did she really cross the line?" We were like, "That was scary."
Or, like, maybe we really crossed the line, like, this is a big yeah.
Yeah.
So she goes to her book event, pre-orders are launching on Christmas Day because Christmas deadline, and that's a really, Christmas Day is a big shopping day generally. So, good job, good marketing strategy. They're doing the Q&A, and the publisher is like, "So we're getting this question a lot. Are you and Prince Alexander engaged? And if not, why?"
She was doing her job.
I
She was
realized,
doing
yeah,
her job.
I love that.
That's the only reason all those people were on that stream. They didn't care about the
I
sequel. They
know, but
wanna know
man.
about the prince. Did you get the prince, girl?
So she goes, "I think we have really bad reception," and, like, freezes her body, but then she turns off the call by, like, closing her laptop, which you can obviously see.
I laughed so hard though, like, 'cause she was like, "Oh, I don't know What?
It's like the Zoom version of him going
Well,
into a tunnel.
I think
But
she held it. She's pretty good.
she was, but then when she closed her laptop, that was the funniest part for me because I'm like, everybody can see that movement.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like you just got to get out. At some
I
point, you just got to get out. Just like and then hope that like okay, whatever they're talking about on their end, like she
Mhm.
obviously closed the computer. You just tune it out. You just
I
like
know.
I you know what? It happened to me once. I did an interview and the interviewer was very hostile. It was a Zoom interview, like for TV. And he was so hostile and I was not expecting it. It was so bad. I did that. I did that. I
Oh
like turned
my.
down. I was like, bye. And I just like jetted in the middle of this national broadcast because just like tipping that screen down. I don't know what they saw in those final seconds as I was like tipping the screen. They probably saw my pajamas on the bottom and like
Exactly. I call that a Zoom mullet when I'm
that's perfect.
yeah.
That's perfect. My son always says he'll see me if I have a face on, like a makeup face
Yeah.
on or some or like this, I've just
Mhm.
got like workout clothes underneath. He'll be like, "Oh, are you going on a stream?"
Yeah.
Like
It's my
like
Zoom
business on top,
mullet.
party on the bottom. Anyways,
So anyway, after the call that didn't go well, she's hiding out somewhere in the castle. Um, she's looking at her book again, but she's still at the same spot. The prince proposes and she doesn't know what to say next. She doesn't know what to have happen next. And then she puts her own book aside to study the guest list again. So that's like a big signal right there.
she's taking her duties seriously.
Yeah. But she's also putting her own dreams aside.
Right, I didn't read it like that. That's so smart,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Putting her own dreams aside.
Yeah, for his responsibilities. So
I
she
guess maybe I didn't see it because I'm a wife and I feel like that's all I do. That's the whole
yeah,
thing.
she's got her
I
own
guess
responsibilities and she's like, "No time for this, I got his."
well, I didn't see it like that, but you're right, yeah.
So now it is the day of the banquet, and Alexander's like, "Let's just get out of this castle, let's have some time to ourselves, let's run away." So she is all for it, and she goes to change. And her mom bursts in and is like, "Are you sure that you're really ready? Do you really want this? Do you like, you know, want this life? Whatever." And then I cannot even read my own writing here.
Yeah, this was another, like,
So the mom's just
inappropriate
saying yeah.
mom.
I can see, obviously if she's concerned because she doesn't seem super happy. Like,
Yeah,
now first of all, now is not the time,
right.
the day of the banquet, whatever. So they just leave. They run away, they go to their thing. And, they go to this little, like, secret garden, I don't know what it is, but he's
Yeah,
got
like a secret garden, yeah,
he's got, like, a record player set up, and it's, like, the old kind of record player with, like, a horn. You
like
know?
a gramophone.
Sure. Yes, a gramophone. And,
Mark said that needle must have been amazing. It sounded so clear and it
it
was
sounded so
snowing
clear.
and it didn't have any interference.
Nothing at all. It's almost like it was like a track right on top of
Almost
it.
like it wasn't playing.
Yeah. And it was playing "Oh Christmas Tree," which we always love, and there were ice swans. He had some ice
It was
carving
sweet.
swans there. Meanwhile, her mom's wandering the palace like a lunatic, as she does. And he starts to propose again. He gets really far this time, and she's all excited, and then both of their phones ring, so you know it's bad.
Oh, man.
And they look at each
Listen,
other. They
I
said,
thought that might have been the moment, Amelia. I thought
"I
maybe
know."
he'll finally get it. I sure hope he doesn't get interrupted. And when you know it, but
Both pho
listen, guys, okay, pro tip. When
Mhm,
you propose, like just say the sentence all at once. Say it
mhm.
all at the same. Don't say Amelia,
Yeah.
Amelia. I would you ring? Oh no, I've interrupted again. Just say it's really easy. It goes like this. Amelia, will you marry me?
No. I like boys.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Amelia told me no, but she
Thank you,
might
though.
say yes to you. So go. She knows I'm already married. I'm just faking that.
That is why. That's why I
Yep.
said no. Um, okay. So they run back to the house and the mom is losing her mind because the Christmas tree has been decorated.
So that's the one tree that was left that
And
she had looked at.
and the only thing I will say in the mom's defense is that the tree looked terrible.
Right. I said that too. I said, "Well, she could probably still just go put her stuff up. There's hardly
Right.
anything
It
on
was
there."
so sparse. It had like a string of lights, one ribbon going around it, and then like 8 ornaments.
Yes. Yeah, I felt missed opportunity, but she was upset. Anyway,
She was yeah, and, like, the word I wrote down was entitled. She was like, I was supposed to decorate it," like,
I
and the
it was so entitled, Amelia, that
yeah,
I did not understand what her problem was at first.
yeah,
Like, that's why, like, when because she looks at the tree, she goes, oh, unbelievable. I can't believe this." And I thought, "Oh my gosh, like, is someone dead on the
right,
like, I don't know, like, are
right,
all her cookies like, a dog got into all her cookies or something?" It
yeah,
didn't compute the reaction that she was having to someone decorating their own
their
tree.
own Christmas tree, and I realized that she had said she wanted to be a part of it, but it's also not like everybody else got together and did it without her. The
Right,
staff did it.
right, right.
I
There
can
wasn't some
see
big
if she
family
had
party.
walked in and Alexander and his parents and everybody else were like,
They're all in a
singing
montage.
carols and sipping cocoa, and
They're all in
we're like,
montage
"Oh,
mode.
crap. I can't believe she found us." Like, okay, be offended, but she was like, "Oh, well, the staff just does it." And then the mom was like, "Well, why is it always their way or the highway?" That's actually you.
And I think, Olivia kinda said that in
Yeah,
at one point, she kinda said, like, "My parents don't really understand me, and they really are, can be in so many words, overbearing." That's what she said. I
yeah.
like, "Yeah,
And
yep,
again, the mom is not very nice. She says that, like, the only thing Alexander really cares about is the foundation, and that she's anxious because and that Olivia probably feels anxious because she should be home with her family, not here.
mhm,
Okay, not helpful,
yeah."
mom.
I actually did think that was a bit, like, sabotaging,
Yeah, it
and
was.
it didn't feel. And I think the
Mhm.
actress did a great job bringing caring and softness into the script, but the words weren't there for her, for
Yeah.
sure. I think she did a good job showing, maybe transitions in her mind, but I just yeah, I was like,
Yeah, she
"She
kinda
seems
just
kind of
feels like a
mean."
boomer parent who has main character syndrome and is like, "I can't
Totally.
let my daughter get married."
Totally, that was totally it. Yeah, totally. Like, he seems committed to the founder. Again, I think the actress did a good job of conveying that she was concerned,
Yeah,
but that was her working with a script that you really felt like the mom was set up to be the bad guy.
yeah. Well, and then in the next scene, the dad tries to calm the mom down, saying, "Alexander's actually proposing, like, he loves her, he's in this." And she says, "Well, now Christmas is ruined, and it's not even just Christmas."
Yeah.
Okay, your daughter's getting engaged to the man that she loves, and Christmas is ruined for you? You're
I
supposed to
think
feel better.
yeah, I thought that she meant now Christmas is ruined, and it's not even just Christmas because Olivia was upset and because mom didn't know that that was going on, she had done all these other and said all these other things. And
Oh,
so
I
she was
took
like,
it like,
I
well, now
made her
everything's ruined because 'cause they're gonna get married.
yeah, I took it the
Oh,
but again, it was I mean,
interesting.
fair enough. I don't know that it
That
was that
that's
that
just kinda how
clear.
she'd been
Yeah.
acting the whole movie, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Alright, look what time. Olivia has her
Again,
dress moment.
appreciate the small, appreciate keeping it tight, not overreaching for a big ball.
Um, I know you loved the dress moment, and it was a white dress, which we don't really get.
No,
Usually
yeah.
red or green, the mom was in green, but Olivia was in white and looked stunning. She's
Chef's
beautiful.
kiss. Beautiful.
Mhm.
Beautiful and a beautiful entrance. Everybody looked the look on their faces with how it was supposed to look.
Yeah.
She gave a little pause at the top of the stairs, and again, I love this actress. I think she's beautiful.
Yes. So, the mom first of all, not only is she wearing a green gown, but she also has, like, a Christmas tree. It's not even a brooch, it's just a pin.
Cupid, I wanna also say that Queen Patty looked great.
Yeah.
I loved the color of her gown, and I actually loved her crown jewels. It was the blue, very Diana, Princess Diana-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually loved the Queen Patty's, um, ball gown. That was
Yeah.
great.
So then they have this whole, like, plot device to make Olivia go in the other room for a second, and I felt like they did way too much work for that, so
Mhm.
anyway, that's what happens, she's in the other room, and when she comes back, she overhears people talking about how embarrassing she is. Embarrassing American.
She overhears a couple of the old farts walking into the banquet room. I mean,
Yeah.
somebody that nobody cares about. They didn't even get names,
No.
but it was enough to throw her off her game.
They are, royal dinner party guest. I'm guessing that's who it is. on the
There you
cast.
go. See, she got all upset. She let royal party dinner guests 1 and 2 nearly interrupt her whole life.
I thought this banquet was too small. I get that it was small,
Yeah.
but they never like said it was a family banquet or like an intimate banquet. They made it sound like a big, like a state event. Like this was a huge deal. And I believe there were 16 people there.
She did say family banquet at the beginning.
Okay.
Again, you were probably
Okay.
taking notes. It was one thing. It was another thing, and I didn't quite understand it, but when until she was going over the charts with Olivia, and at the
Okay.
top, I think it does say family banquet. But then because when they were going over the charts, I'm like, there's not a lot of people on here. Like I thought she was going to have to go be memorizing 200 names or something for this banquet.
Right. And there were, I mean,
Mhm.
still though,
They do
to
treat it like a
memorize
state dinner.
scene and how they're all
Yeah.
related
Yes.
and their names plus their title, like I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to do that. So
No,
sorry,
you're
but
absolutely right, though. It did seem more like a state dinner than
yeah.
a
And then the
family
queen
dinner.
and then the queen is like, "Hey, Alexander, can you give the royal address?" Which seems like something that you would have to work on ahead of time.
He didn't even prepare for the trade talks.
That's true. But then it turned out that the royal address is actually just the toast. And then it turned out that the toast was actually a proposal. So, whatever. So he proposes to Olivia in front of everybody. She says no and runs away.
She says, "Well, wait, because to this point, he has been interrupted every time, and he's
Yeah.
finally about to get it out, and he doesn't even finish it." She says, "Wait."
Yeah.
He got interrupted
He starts to
again.
kneel and she like grabs him like under his elbows and it's like, stand up.
I felt mortified for him. I do not Okay, let's talk about this for 1 second, public proposals. I don't know how I feel about them. I think
I know.
unless you have
It's
set
an
that up ahead of time
yeah.
or you feel very, very confident, like very, very confident. And but I also feel like ladies, if he's giving you a public proposal and it's in front of everybody, perhaps the kind thing to do is to say yes and
Mhm.
immediately exit with him and then explain privately.
Right, talk to him later. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was not the way to handle it. So
No.
then Olivia runs away and then he leaves and then the queen is like, can I talk to you guys to the parents?" So the guests are just like,
Yeah, what
like,
did they do?
there
Yeah,
are
what
no
did they
adults
do?
in charge.
I hope they got to eat.
All the hosts just left. Um So in the next scene, the queen is going outside to see Olivia, brings her like a little wrap, and she's saying that she's going to step down from being queen now because she is confident in Alexander because Olivia is by his side.
Mm.
And, she was also scared when she was going to marry the king. I also have a lot of questions about succession in this country because if the king was the royal, how is she queen now? Like it should have just gone to Alexander, but I guess it can go to the
He died.
non-royal.
He
I-
died, and in
Right.
Torovia, in Torovia, as we've already established, Amelia, it is a peaceful transfer of power between mutually agreed upon parties. They ob they
They can
obviously
give it to
had
Winston next if they want to.
Yeah,
So
I
then
mean, maybe.
so then we got some wisdom of Christmasland.
Ho, 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 ho.
When two people love each other, they must find a way.
Beautiful,
Mhm,
beautiful. I don't know if there's much more I can add to
mhm.
that. If two people love each other, they must
They
they
must
must find a
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
They must find a way to get out the phrase, "Will you marry me?" without being interrupted.
Then the horrible mom comes out and apologizes to Olivia for being horrible, and then Olivia says, "Your Majesty, bring it in," and they have a group hug.
It was cute.
Okay.
I thought it was cute. You didn't like it?
I
I thought
didn't.
it was cute. I thought Queen Patty I liked Queen Patty so much better this movie,
Yeah.
and maybe also because my kids are becoming adults, I'm having, like, different relationships to these characters now, and so but I did appreciate her. I thought the actress was great. She was
Yeah.
stern, but still you could see a growth from the first film, and I did think it was very sweet when all the women
Yeah.
were but and maybe again, I don't have that. I don't have a mom, so Yes, I guess, great American, you got me in the fields
Queen
as
Patty's your
usual,
mom now.
per usual. I don't want a mom if she's gonna come bursting into my, prince fiance's castle demanding to decorate the whole thing or she'll leave. But No,
Yeah.
again, Great American, you always get me in the feels.
Yep.
It's like coming home.
It is. Meanwhile, the boys are all having boy time. Ridley and Olivia's dad are talking to Alexander, and Ridley is like, "Listen, I know that was rough in there. Do you need a peppermint tea?"
Yeah,
Love it. I love it.
yeah, I loved it. I loved it. And you know what? I noticed Dad's tux was like the top was actually a velvety sort of blue material, and he looked great in it. I just
Oh,
want to say, Dad, you
I did
looked
not notice
great.
that. Good job,
Yep.
Dad. So they talk to him like, "Listen, you need to learn to delegate because you can't do it all on your own. You need to trust people, blah, blah, blah." He has a breakthrough about delegating. And then Alexander calls Winston. And okay, this is how my brain works. This reminded me, it was almost verbatim a scene from Grease. Did you notice this?
Grease or Grease 2?
Grease one.
Okay, no, I don't think I noticed.
Okay.
Continue.
Well, it's so Alexander calling Winston was the same as Sandy calling Frenchie because it's like, he's like, hello. And she's like, hi, are you okay? And he goes, no, but I think I know a way I could be. and that's when they do, and that's when they do like the big makeover for the where she
It
becomes like
was.
sexy Sandy. and I was like, pardon me.
Nope, I did not see that, but it was you're absolutely right.
I was like, I've heard this conversation before at Thunder Road. You're not
Oh,
fooling
that
me.
is so funny. Love it. Love it. I wonder if the writers were
Was
so
an Easter egg
inspired.
for Thunder Road. So the next morning, she's working on the proposal scene again and can't decide how this woman is gonna respond.
She can't fictionalize a fictional
No, no can
book.
do. Um, and so she gets a text that, breakfast is waiting. She needs to go in there. So she goes there, and Alex and all the parents are just like waiting, like it's breakfast time. And he apologizes for taking on too much and not paying enough attention to her. Um, which kind of, I don't know. That's not going to change when he's king. Like it's going to, I don't
Well,
know.
no, he learned all about
We'll learn
delegation.
all about delegating. I don't know.
He learned
So
his
he
mom told him about delegating, so
about
now he
delegating. He had
knows.
never heard of it before, but now he gets it. So he stepped down as foundation director, and Winston is going to do it because he was kind
Right.
of at a loose end now that he's not a butler anymore. And so Katie and Winston show up. They like cut their honeymoon short, I guess. I don't know. And so then they start knocking items off of mom's Christmas festivity
List.
list.
Yeah, her Christmas hostage list.
Exactly. Yes. And then there's a little like montage of opening presents, and the mom puts her own star on Queen Patricia's tree.
Everybody
Okay.
seems to be having a good time. Patricia opens the eggnog candle, and guess what? She likes it. It's nice.
She
Maybe,
does.
like, as a queen, I'm always
Eggnog
getting a lot of
wine.
fancy stuff, and it's nice that she got something thoughtful.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the Americans bring to the table in Torovia.
Um, Olivia
It
takes
was cute.
Alexander to the library and it's all decorated. And I was like, if she proposes, I'm going to lose my mind.
I had a moment of panic right here, Amelia. And I knew, like, my brain was telling me Great American would not
You
do
can
this
trust
to
Great
us.
American.
Yes.
What?
But it 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 was looking so iffy. It was looking so iffy, Amelia. This is probably the most tension I felt the whole movie.
I know. I know. Um, but basically, she tells him, okay, propose again. and
I
that's
was like,
okay.
thank
So he
God.
does. She says yes, and they kiss. And of course, by then, everyone has followed them in there, and they're like, yay! And then
Yay.
they kiss again. And I just wanted to take a moment to say that I think this actor is a good kisser in real life. He looked like a good
Um,
kisser.
I made the same note, Amelia, because you know what came to my mind? Can you guess what came to my
Yeah,
mind?
Michael Murray.
Awkward
Windmill Way.
windmill way. It was also awkward in Merry Gentlemen. Like, I think it's a Chad Michael Murray problem.
Yes. Well, let me tell you,
But Windmill Way was particularly awkward.
Mitchell Bork does not have that problem. That man knows how to kiss.
No, I think you can tell. And again, I want to, commend and mention that this was a kiss at the end of the movie, and these people
Oh,
were
yeah.
already, and that's what these people were already in love. We have already seen that part, and we
Yeah.
still waited in
They
this
did.
movie until the end.
He did I did notice this. He kissed her, like, on the cheek a couple times
I did
and
notice that.
stuff, but we did not get a kiss
Yep.
until the end.
I think it's nice. Great American really does a lot to respect the distance between romantic leads,
Mhm.
and I really do like that because as actors, I think most actors will tell you that that can be
Yeah.
challenging, and it's just cheesy Christmas fare, but I love that Great American has their standards.
Yeah. And there is a royal wedding movie coming out later this
Great,
year,
great.
so we will see. I wonder if we're not gonna get a kiss till the wedding.
Bring
I
it.
bet we
I
won't.
At the end when they said, "You know what this means?" And then
Yeah.
somebody goes, "What?" "A
Wedding.
royal wedding." And I think
Mhm.
that's when I leapt up from my seat and
Yeah,
I cheered. Um, Happy ending. Amelia, I loved this movie. I loved it.
I did too. I
I
did
loved
too.
it.
Um, I do wanna note one more thing. We're done
Yeah.
with the recap, and I know
Oh,
I
just
went
let me
long.
Yeah, let me
Okay, go
tell
ahead.
we're going long. Myrtle's in the background in case anybody is new to the show and
Oh,
they think that Amelia's tummy or something is making noises. No, that's Myrtle the dog. We do the show from home. Noise of life.
sorry.
That's it. That's how it
Myrtle
goes.
has a
Yep.
lot of opinions about these movies too.
And we don't mind a single one.
Um, but yes, I'm out of practice on doing the recaps, and I took too many notes on this one, so
Yeah.
I apologize if this one went long. But the last thing I want to note is when I was, I always go on IMDb just to make sure I get the actors' names right and all that stuff. And at the bottom, it shows the top two reviews. One is entitled, and these are from different people. One is entitled Olivia's mother ruined the movie. And the other one is entitled, I agree, Olivia's mother ruined this movie. So I clicked through and I also discovered there's an alternate ending.
What?
It says this one is titled, I love this movie, but you need to watch the Tubi version, not Great American. It says, watch the JF one on Christmas 2024, but there's a Tubi version now, and I noticed differences. So I rewatched both to compare. One major difference is that there are two endings. I prefer the Tubi one, but they both work.
Oh,
What?
now I have to go watch the Tubi one. Also, this is our people, Amelia. Tag that person. That person's our people right there who actually went back and watched both versions of the
Yeah.
movie. That's the commitment level we expect from you in Christmasland. Wow. I
Use
wonder
of
what the alternate
Cranberry Apple on IMDb.
did
I've
she say,
already
but she
watched
didn't.
it a few times this season
No.
already.
Okay, girl. But she didn't say what the alternate ending was.
No, because I looked through it and
Well, you know what? Sounds like a research project to me.
maybe we're gonna have to do a bonus episode.
Maybe we should actually. We should at least do like a bonus, like alternate
Mhm.
ending episode.
Yeah, we don't have to watch the whole movie, but
Yeah, alternate. Okay,
yeah,
I'll go find that. Fascinating.
I was yeah, I was really surprised. So yeah, apparently they did like a
What
Tubi
could it
version.
be?
I don't know. That's what I'm like,
Maybe it was the proposal that was different because I did feel awkward, and like maybe there was a different version of that, like the
maybe
last
she does
proposal.
propose in the other one.
Maybe
I don't
she did
know.
propose. Maybe she did propose.
Oh, in the alternate footage, hold on, when Alexander proposes to Olivia, she says no. But I mean, are they talking about the ending was filmed to highlight Olivia's personal growth and independence. It emphasizes that she chooses to prioritize herself and her own dreams over immediately entering a royal marriage, showing that a woman can be in a loving relationship while still pursuing her individual goals, which she could have done while married. Like,
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would try to sell Great American that ending, but good for Great American for insisting that it change.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
Unless this is just like some weird, it's like Google AI gave me that, so maybe
Right.
there's
Okay. Guess
the
we
dinner party one. We need to do some research here.
listen. We don't women. We do not look in your real life. You can do what you want. Obviously, we're not the boss of you. Amelia and I have personal feelings about women proposing to men, but definitely in Christmasland, women don't propose to men, and that's not what we're tuning in for. We're not tuning in for the smart woman finds independent self and love independently. We're
Mhm.
tuning in for the cheesy romantic ending that is completely implausible. We're shooting
Yeah.
that for that star. That bar
Listen,
is
she can
high.
write from Torovia.
Right. Wow, that's disappointing. I wish I didn't know, and I hope that that's a lie, but good for Great American for like holding the
For just
line
saying
again.
absolutely not.
This is why we love Great American. But otherwise, well, fascinating. Fine there, Amelia, really. But otherwise, great movie. I mean, not just otherwise. It was a great movie, and I
Yeah.
thought it was shot very well. It was written very well. Thought it was clever and funny. I loved all our leads. I loved all of the actors and actresses. Let's get into some awards before we go here, okay? All right. So I'm not going to go over tropes
Mhm.
and we've gone long, but let's get into some awards. Okay. Our first award is the Robert A. Barron Award for Villainry. That's best villain. Who was the best villain of this film?
The
For
mom,
you, Amelia? Mom?
Olivia's mom.
Olivia's mom? Yeah,
Yeah,
same. Olivia's
yeah.
mom is the villain of this movie.
I mean, it had to be. Couldn't be anyone else.
It sounds like a lot of people out there agree with us.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next award is the Christmas Ham Award. This goes to a character that you thought just was over the top, sunk their teeth into every second, if it was a few seconds or a lot of time. Amelia, who did you give your Christmas Ham Award to?
This was kinda hard for me because we loved Katie in the first one,
Mhm.
and I still loved her, but she wasn't in it very much, and for most of it, they were on video calls, and I think they were only
Yeah.
on set together for about 3 seconds. I have to give it to Queen Patricia.
She dug in every second. I think you're
Mhm.
right. I was torn, and so I feel a little bit better about my pick, which is the publisher. At the beginning, she was only on
Okay.
screen for a few minutes, but I feel like she sunk her teeth into every word and really gave us a character. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good one.
the publisher. All right, and our final award, this is the big one. This is the Oscars of Christmasland, the Tree Topper Award for Best Performance. Amelia, who do you give this to?
I give the Tree Topper Award to Olivia. She has these great facial expressions and it keeps the movie, although we do love it when they get really sappy. I'm not going to pretend that we don't
Of
love it when it
course.
falls into full Christmas land,
Yeah.
but sometimes it pulls it back from the edge just a little bit where she's a little bit more of a real person and it's all in the acting. It's all in how she
Yeah.
delivers the line and I just think she's wonderful.
Great choice. We loved her in the last film too. We had a lot of great things to say about her in that
Mhm.
one. And my Christmas tree topper goes to her counterpart, Prince Alexander,
Perfect.
whom I feel is a wonderful lead in Christmas Land. He's very attractive, and I do agree. I think he's a good kisser. I think he's probably a good kisser. So I think that also recommends him to lead status. But I did
Mhm.
he felt sincere, authentic, had a very
Yeah,
warm quality, a very respectful quality to him as well. And it's a skill to bring joy to what is meant to be a generic script, in many ways. That's just the genre. It's a
yeah.
skill to be able to bring joy, and he just has a
It's my
certain
favorite
joy that he exudes. So I really liked him. I hope to see him in more movies, but a great couple, period. Great movie. I loved this movie. Well done.
So good. I'm looking to see if we need to find some more movies of his, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, let's see if he has. I would love to know if he's done anything because I don't
Mhm.
think I've seen him like in the rest of the Christmas Land universe, either over on Hallmark or in the Great American
Yeah.
universe.
No, not that I Oh, no, there are it looks like One Perfect Match, that looks like a Christmas Land.
Well, maybe he can play Christopher Palaha playing the
Mhm.
lead in our perfect March Madness Christmas movie. He can just play Christopher Palaha. We obviously can't
Love it.
cast Christopher Palaha.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, no, he can play Christopher Platt. I go, well, great. Well done. Congratulations to all of our winners. And think it was good to be back. Um, did we set up a movie for next week or no? We didn't set up
Oh,
have we
I
set
stuck one
something?
in the schedule.
Oh, I didn't look. Sorry.
I was thinking that we could do the new, I was thinking we could do a Palaha movie and then a Lacey Chabert movie as they are our winners. So I was going to propose Missing the Boat.
That's
That's
Palaha.
Christopher Palaha movie. It's a travel movie. I mean, why not?
Well, you
We
said
love
Palaha. That was
Yeah.
all I needed to know.
Yep, yep.
He better be acting in this. We better be doing a movie within the movie, a film within the film in this.
That's our favorite thing. Film
That's our favorite
Palaha-ception.
Palaha. Yeah, that's our favorite. I still, again, if you've not heard our Grand Old Opry podcast, there's a moment in there, and I think maybe even Amelia posted some clips where he has this moment in that movie that's in the bonus scenes that is maybe one of the
Mhm.
best performances I've seen. I
Yeah.
mean, really,
Well, but
Blaha is a skilled actor.
yeah, it was the same in,
The Scrooge,
Dickens of a Christmas.
yes,
When he plays an actor who is in A Christmas Carol, and so he plays Scrooge he plays an actor playing Scrooge, and when he is playing Scrooge, he brings it. Yeah, like you said, he is a really skilled actor.
It was like, Tropic Thunder level of layers in that, like, Robert Downey Jr., like a white guy playing an Australian white guy playing an American black guy. It just was like there's so many layers
I
under
know.
it. That's definitely when we became a big fan, and it's not just because he's cute. We do think he's cute, but he's also married, so we like to keep it respectful.
Mhm.
But he's really good at what he does, and I don't think another reason why we do this show is I don't think the actors and the artists in this universe get enough credit for the work that they
Yeah.
do and the good work that they do.
Mhm.
It's cheesy fair, but that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Amelia. Well, let's let you go. We got to let Myrtle go. She's been a good girl through this whole time. But by the way, tell people where they can keep up with Myrtle out there on the interwebs. She's got an Instagram account, y'all. She's famous.
Myrtle is at Myrtle the Lab. She's a therapy dog, so we visit schools and first responders and that kind of thing. You can find her there.
Yeah. And tell everybody where they can find us, like the
Yeah.
people, because there's no Myrtle without
Without
us.
us.
Okay.
She disagrees.
Of course, Diva.
We are Journey to Christmasland on Facebook and Substack and YouTube, and JT Christmasland on X and Instagram. We're most active on Instagram, but
Yeah,
almost
we do a lot on Instagram.
well, and I mean, and Substack is where the show itself lives. But for social media, most things get cross posted, but Instagram has the most interaction and fun.
Yeah, that's where we're not trying to be social media like
Yeah.
conquerors. We just do what we can and what works. So thank you so much, and we appreciate your shares and your likes. Go ahead and when you see clips out there, if you just hit that repost button, the share button, that helps a lot too. And 5 stars on all of the audio platforms helps as well. Help us bring Christmas all year round to a country that is sorely in need of such a
Mhm.
thing. Amelia, I've had a great time going back to paradise with
Oh,
you today and can't wait for a wedding. And I hope it's in paradise. I hope it's in paradise. We'll
might be in
see.
Torovia. Who
Maybe in
knows?
Torovia. I think they should go to paradise. Well, that'd be interesting. We'll see. Well, until we meet again, I wish you days filled with live streams that are never broken and never glitch.
Wish you house guests that do not act like Olivia's mother.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.